This is first lecture on post-colonial studies. This course is for BS and MA English students, and it's the lecture number 1. As students know that before midterm we started studying this course, and we got a lot of information on what is post-colonial, or what is post-colonial culture, and what is post-colonial studies. I mentioned and clarified all these things when we were studying post-colonial studies. After midterm, which is the second phase of this course, we are now studying Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. So Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, first of all, I will be highlighting certain points on biographical note, because whenever we do academic study, we need to know about a writer, because a writer puts in a lot of things from his own biography into his text, the text that he writes, and so many other things can be learnt from writer's biographical elements. Anyway, first of all, this lecture, is pertaining to Joseph Conrad. Who was Joseph Conrad, and why did he write this novel? Joseph Conrad was born on 3rd December 1857 at Brdyszew in the Polish province of Podolia. His real name was Theodor Joseph Konrad Naleks Korzeniowski. He was a Russian national. Poland in those days was partitioned between Russia, Austria and Prussia rule. That rule was oppressive, and as a consequence of an insurrection of the Poles aggravated into absolute tyranny. These tragic circumstances cast the darkest shadow over Conrad's young life, more especially because the leader of the insurrection was his own father, a Polish writer and nationalist, a politician and a journalist in patriotic action, and above all, a spirit possessing a great love for English and French authors. In order to make these authors better known among his countrymen, he translated into Polish Shakespeare, Victor Hugo, Fenimore Cooper, Marryat, and the poems by Divine, and Heine being a poet. His father was exiled because of his political activities. 1st February 1863. The early death of his father and mother had indelible imprint on the mind of his son. The second slide is a continuation of lecture number 1. One immediate result of this somber childhood that he became a great reader. During his long, lonely and unoccupied hours, he turned to his father's library. At the age of 5, he began reading in Polish and in French history, voyages and novels. He studied Hugo, Cervantes, Dickens, Scott and Thackeray by the time he was 10. He now came under the guardianship of Tadeusz Brobonski, an uncle in his mother's side, and after a year or so at school expressed a wish to go to sea. His uncle tried to dissuade him by saying, "Think well what it all means in the larger issues, my boy." Slide 3 is again a continuation of lecture number 1. From 1900 to the outbreak of the 1914 to 18 war, which is the first war period, Conrad's life was almost entirely given over to his writing, and all the time he sought both recognition and literary excellence. Now students, I have written a note, and the note reads, read the novel chapter by chapter if you want to understand the spirit or the real message or the theme of this novel, which is written, in the backdrop of post-colonial culture. You need to read the text chapter by chapter, and then think about the text, and if anything difficult you face, just give me a call and I will explain to you the things. It will open to you so many things: story, character, situations and themes, background, etc. Yes, when you read the text of the novel, it has so many things, so many layers. For example, it will tell you of a story, and then there are characters in the novel, like character of Mr. Kurtz and so many other characters. You also come across as to how this novel was written, and then what each character plays its role, what the Europeans played a role in that novel, what black people played role in that novel. So many things you will learn, and when you learn these things, you understand the text, the message, and situations and themes, background, etc. You need to read the text, from this point of view. If any question arises, students, in your mind, do call me. My cell phone is given, 0307 0880745. You may contact me on Monday, and then all the week except Sunday. You may call me, to get the points cleared. So thank you very much.